So I have a little bit of an update slash non-update about the Prince documentary. So let's discuss. Hey everybody, welcome back to Prince's Friend, exploring music through Prince. I want to note real quick that for the first time I'm wearing my Raven to the Joy Fantastic shirt, but it's printed really low, like there shouldn't be this much space before the design starts. That's just a personal thing, I used to make t-shirts, so. But funny enough, while I was at Celebration, I was able to run into some people who had some information about the Netflix documentary that's being made and directed by Ava DuVernay, and there's been lots of news and talk about this thing, and it was pretty cool to actually run into these individuals. I will not give their names away or anything like that, but it was very nice to meet them and to get this new information. But of course, the information is kind of non-information, and let me tell you why. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so that you are always alerted when we put out a video. Check us out on social media at PrincessFriendYT on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/princessfriend. So the information I got earlier this year was taken from one of those Prince cruises that goes out, and it was reported by a reputable source that got it straight from the mouth of some of the people who were working on the documentary, or at least were advising the documentary. And that was that it was going to be out this year, which obviously that has not happened, and that it was going to be 6 parts, and that it was going to be in Prince's own words, and all of these things. Now, here's the update, that everything that I reported in that other video is apparently not true. The people that I spoke to said that that is just, none of that is true. It's not going to be 6 episodes. Obviously, it's not coming out in 2019 because it was supposed to be before the end of 2019. And I've actually heard recently that it was going to be pushed to 2020. And that's funny when it comes to information that even when you think you're getting it from a reputable source, sometimes it's not always the truest in what it is representing. It could just be the newest, it could just be the truest information at the time, and is obviously always subject to change, but also it could just be somebody wanting to sound like they have the newest information. And this is not anything thrown at Mr. Christopher, because Mr. Christopher from Funkatopia was where I got this story from originally. He was the person who originally reported it, and then I follow-up reported it. But, you know, the source that he got it from was thought to be reputable, and turned out that, I mean, that's probably why he took his down. So, but I have heard that none of that's true, and it's kind of all up in the air at this point. We are now still just waiting for more information on what the format's going to be for the Prince documentary. And I've been trying to see if I can get maybe an interview with somebody who's working on the documentary. I would love to pick their brains. I also think that I might be able to help promote it in my small way, but also I think that it would be really cool to just get more information. And I know that it got pushed back, and I know that we probably shouldn't be looking for it for a while, but I also know that Ava DuVernay is digging through the vault and is digging out files. My thought behind it is that there's likely many recordings of Prince just speaking. So I think possibly the whole Prince in his own words might still possibly be true. Honestly, that was the piece of the news that I gave before that really did get the best in terms of feedback and popular response. And obviously I don't know, so I mean, that's just how that is. But I did give my information to these wonderful individuals who checked out my videos and wanted to let me know that I was completely wrong in what I reported. And hopefully they'll reach out at some point and I'll be able to get some inside information, or not, or even just to say hi. They seem like they were very nice. But I do want to say that, you know, I do try my best to be as upfront with everything that I report here, and I would have never reported it if I thought that the source was unreliable. But It definitely was at the time, but now we found that none of that information is true. So that's why in the title of this is that I call this kind of a non-update about the documentary. I wish that I had more positive things to say about it, but I'm still very excited. And honestly, just recently, I also heard that Ava DuVernay is working on a documentary about the Central Park Five. So I'm super excited about that as well. She is still one of my favorite documentary makers at this point, and I can't wait to see what she does with the Prince documentary. I really feel like she's going to do it justice and is going to bring us not even just like, the real Prince or whatever, but maybe a different view of Prince that even us really close longtime friends have had. I really think that knowing this man a little bit more and seeing the human side of Prince is, I think, what's going to really cement him as the icon that I already know him to be, a lot of us already know him to be, but that the general populace doesn't know him to be. And it's funny, I've said this before, that Prince is always just kind of assumed to be a genius. You can just talk with somebody and they'll be like, well, obviously Prince was a genius. And I'll be like, oh, what was your favorite song? Well, Purple Rain. And it's just like, well, did you listen to anything else? Not really. I kind of didn't listen to anything else. I just listened to the radio. But man, he's a genius. And it's like, okay, cool. But if we can make something on a platform like Netflix that so many people watch, and it will get that national, international, really high-profile attention, especially with Ava DuVernay's name attached to it, I feel like this could be the catalyst for really catapulting Prince to the stratosphere and really cementing him in everybody's mind, especially those people who never gave Prince the time of day. So, with all of that said, that's your non-update. Everything I reported before is untrue, and we are waiting for more information. Otherwise, don't forget to follow me on social media at PrincessFriendYT. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/PrincessFriend. It's the reason we're having a video a day this month. And obviously, if you like the video, hit like and subscribe and the bell notification. And until next time, may you live to see the dawn. Love you all.